But to be fair, I think gaming's improving.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I
fair.
don't know if that I can expand on that because basically
Yeah, that's a
I
very
feel like
vague, very vague
gaming.
comment,
I'll
dude.
leave it at that,
Gaming
boys.
is
Thank you very
getting
much. No,
better. Refuses to
Ga-
elaborate. Leaves.
game is improving. No, in the sense of like, first of all, let's just say like straight off the bat, like Halo, they've turned around and gone no
Mm.
loot boxes. I'm seeing all these games that are being like indie games that are being developed by developers are going, no, no loot boxes,
Mm.
which is nice because there was as we all know, a massive era of just everything had to have a loot box system, sort
Uh,
of some sort of like gambling system.
I just want to add a footnote to that.
Yeah,
I don't think all of those efforts are genuine. I think that like some developers very may well be like doing it out of the goodness of their hearts. It's like, right,
yeah,
no
definitely.
loot boxes. It's like we
Yeah,
want a fair chance. Get what
yeah,
you want
yeah,
with no
yeah.
gambling involved. But it's that
No,
whole gambling involved part. It's
yeah, exactly.
a lot of games removed loot boxes to
Mm,
avoid legislation
yeah, yeah.
because it is
I think
creeping up. It is catching up now.
definitely Battlefront removed them all, didn't they?
Mm,
They just went nah because
yeah.
it was. I think it's the pay to win system that people don't like really,
Yeah,
which is fair enough, because you just get your foot in the front, and then like next thing you know, you're better than everyone else. It should be fair.
yeah.
It
It's
should be
like
like a fair game.
it's different from sort of like pay to progress games. It's like
Yeah, pay to progress is different because
I
there's
think back to
cosmetic stuff.
Robocraft. I think Robocraft like
Oh yeah,
way back when this was years ago, like
mm,
in its
yeah,
prime essentially. But it's because for one, it was a free to play game, so they got to make a ROI
definitely,
somehow.
definitely.
And you had premium currency, but it was never a pay to win. Like there was nothing
No,
exclusively locked.
yeah,
And plus, it
yeah,
didn't have the stigma because it was free to play to begin with. You think, okay, that's fair. It's like
mm,
I could buy premium currency, or I could get like premium membership for a couple extra features and the boosting
yeah,
currency or something like that. It just
definitely.
accelerated your progression, but you would have even
Mm.
free to play, you still would have got everything anyway.
Yeah, exactly. No, and that's a state which is kind of mad in the sense of like Halo that they've managed obviously through all their experimenting and like their loot box system that they had in over five,
Yeah.
which worked. It definitely worked.
Hmm.
Um, they've managed to make it a free to play multiplayer game with no loot boxes.
Hmm.
And I think if that says anything, that's like strong progress. That's like like well done to you guys on that.
Yeah.
Um, in a way, if that's sort of, let's say that's sort of the strat they use, I have no
Yeah.
idea.
I mean, it is sad
But
to
it's
see it get to this point, but it's good that we're having a regression from it now.
yeah,
Because
I think a lot of companies are backtracking on their old,
yeah, which is
let's
good.
say, but it's all assumption. I'm only from a consumer perspective of how
Mm.
I'm seeing games progress. There's no facts backing this up really, apart from my own experience.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see. I
Mm.
think definitely
Yeah,
nice to see.
definitely. It's a case of like it shouldn't. I'm very. I feel like I'm a bit of a stickler, a bit stubborn in the sense that
Mm.
I don't feel like we should be congratulating for bringing things back to a status quo where they've overstepped the line. It's
Oh, yeah,
like
that makes it. Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
it's like
I see that.
adding sort of like a full-on pay-to-win system or a loot box system. It's like it's the whole cases of like two steps forward, one step back, right?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
if it's I'll try and put a hypothetical scenario in. It's
mm.
like if I said, right, I'm doubling the price of X character, or you can gamble
Mm.
for it in loot boxes, everyone would
Yeah,
riot about the loot boxes. So when they get
yeah.
removed, the developers would get a massive pat on the back, listening to user
Yeah, I
feedback,
see what it's.
but still
Yeah,
neglect the fact that the market is still like they've still pushed the market towards you paying more. I mean, look at
yeah,
GTA. Like a
yeah,
Honda Civic costs freaking 2 million now.
yeah. That's just that game. Yeah, yeah. If any, that's a prime example,
Hmm.
really. Um, they have to make their money if they want to keep a game going somehow,
Hmm.
and that sometimes is the way. Just like a lot of microtransactions.
Yeah, but you have to
Um,
balance that with like because there is a creep to it, and I get
yeah,
that as you like if your game saw blowout success, you want to expand. That's fair enough. I get
mm,
that, but you still need to balance having a fair system. Like, have a way to monetize by all means,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
making sure that it's still fair and it's not sort of creeping too much to the opposite direction.
Yeah, yeah. I think in a way, like quite a good example in recent accounts would sort of be like your Sea of Thieves.
Mm.
Like there is a strong microtransaction market where you can buy a dog or you can buy this exclusive cosmetic. We just don't, and just earn all the in-game currency. Don't even bother paying. They recently did a plunder pass where you get like exclusive items, or just use the pass itself without the plunder pass and just get the non-exclusive items, but there's still the progression items. And over time, they've definitely made that their fan base has gone from being this is awful, this is boring, to there's so much on the game to do that you're not actually going to be able to do it all.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, the Sea of Thieves I think is a pretty good example of a really well used microtransaction system. I think as as it goes, and GTA are ones where how far they interesting one, that one. I'm not really sure where I stand on it.
How far they have fallen. How far they have fallen.